Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com. And Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York. And their phone number is 631-957-5106. Whether you want your home decorated or you might want to do this as a business, give them a call or a visit, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. Well, our stalled cold front off the East Coast is producing the first of a couple of three waves of low pressure that'll be moving up the eastern seaboard just offshore. And this lead system, the bulk of the rain is going to go out to our south and east, but you'll notice there's quite a bit of high cloudiness that has pushed its way back north and west of the coast. And heading further south, you can see there's quite a bit of moisture that runs down into the southeastern part of the United States and across the Gulf states. Meanwhile, just to the north and west of that, we have this rather narrow area of dry air. This is the dry high that built in yesterday, and it's oriented in sort of an east-west fashion from northern New England back through the Ohio Valley. And these waves are riding along the stationary front, and it's kind of in a precarious position. It's far enough offshore for the first wave that most of the rain is going to pass by to the south and east, and then it'll buckle again, and this time around it's going to be a little bit further to the northwest, which means we're going to wind up seeing some rain from that along coastal areas, I think, for Wednesday night into early Thursday. Now, here is the radar view as of midday. And much of the precipitation that you're seeing here in the dark blue that's reaching the south shore of Long Island, central and south Jersey, northern Delaware, southeastern Pennsylvania into Maryland, that is not reaching the ground. You really have to go to these darker greens where that rain is reaching the ground, maybe a little bit of light rain, for example, in the coastal counties in southern New Jersey. The bulk of the rain looks to be offshore, and then you also see some heavier rain back down in parts of South Carolina and into central North Carolina. And so all of this kind of sliding on up to the northeast. And there's more action across northern Florida and through the Gulf states, where we're going to see another wave that's going to wind up being generated during the next couple of days. Severe weather-wise, except for what you see up in the Pacific Northwest with two areas of marginal risk, there are no severe weather issues to worry about across the rest of the United States for today, for Wednesday, and for Thursday, other than maybe the isolated strong thunderstorm that could develop in some of these bands that you see here on the radar. In terms of sort of a broad severe weather event, we're not going to have to worry about that for the next several days. And as far as rainfall is concerned, the edge of the rain, again, you see how close it is. The darker green is 1/4 of an inch. The dark blue is 1/2 an inch, and the heavier precip stays offshore. So this is combined, by the way. This is 7-day rainfall amounts going through the weekend and into early next week. So we're really not looking at a whole lot of precipitation. In fact, once you go inland of the coast, there's very little here that, as far as precip is concerned. Heavier rains will be continuing across the Carolina coast, North and South Carolina, and then down into the Florida Panhandle. Kind of tails off a bit as you go north and west of there. So really, it's all about this stalled frontal boundary that's sitting in the eastern part of the United States. You can see that little wave there in South Carolina, the stationary front that runs out east-northeast. If this front had been pinned more, say, toward 40 and 70 or Cape Cod, that would have been much more of a problem here with these waves moving up the coast. Would have had a larger area of rain spread back further to the west, but not seeing that. Also, we don't have any tropical air, really. Dew points in the northeast are still running in the 50s, particularly as you go north into upstate New York and northern New England, and in western New York, where we are seeing a fair amount of sunshine there today. Dew points are very low, so this is not exactly coming up into a warm, tropical, humid air mass. So going forward, as we take a look at the GFS model that ran last night. Just stop the loop there for a moment, and you'll see how these waves behave running back. Here's our first wave for today. Again, most of the rain offshore looks like it clips southeastern New England, and the rain in North Carolina moves out. Then we get a bit of a break. And now here's the second wave for tomorrow. Low pressure there in eastern North Carolina. Now this one is oriented a little bit more north-south. So some of that rain, I think, clips eastern Long Island. You see it here Wednesday night into Thursday morning, little area of heavy rain. But west of New York City, go to western New Jersey, into Pennsylvania, down into Maryland, Delaware. No rain from this. And then the third wave, looks like that one may just go out and not really cause any problems. And at this point, as we get to Friday, high pressure from the Atlantic builds back westward, and we gradually transition into a very warm and very humid air mass. I think that's my view on the weekend, where there could be some pop-up showers and thunderstorms scattered around on Saturday, and maybe again on Sunday. So as far as temperatures are concerned, we're looking at mostly 70s today, and for tomorrow and probably for Thursday, you might see temperatures climb into the 80s further west, where there's not going to be any rain and where you start to run into less cloud cover. Friday's highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, and I think we will carry those temperatures into Saturday. Maybe see temperatures a little bit lower on Sunday with a bit of an onshore wind. Weather in 5 brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York. 631-957-5106 is the phone number. The website is liholidaylighting.com. And Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town, OmniTrueValue.com. The tropics are dead at the moment. There's really not a whole lot going on. There's a wave off the African coast. Upper air winds across the Atlantic are very hostile for tropical cyclone formation for the next several days or even longer, maybe a little while yet before we see a named tropical system. And we'll discuss the reasons why on the Joe and Joe Weather Show coming up tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. So we will hopefully see you then. Have a great day, everybody.